$20 a week if they're lucky. But imagine being born into a family where your inheritance isn't money, it's an entire economy. Gold-plated palaces, private jets that look like flying mansions, super yachts with submarine docks, and a family fortune estimated at $1.4 trillion. These are the sons of Saudi Arabia's crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, and their childhood might be the most luxurious life on earth. So today, we're going deep inside the trillion-dollar world of Saudi Arabia's future princes. Let's start with where these boys call home. Prince Salman, Prince Mashur, and the youngest Prince Abdulaziz are being raised inside the legendary Yamama Palace in Riyadh. But calling this place a palace doesn't really capture the scale. This royal compound stretches across more than 4 million square feet. To put that into perspective, that's roughly the size of 70 football fields stitched together. Inside the palace are thousands of rooms, private cinemas, grand banquet halls, multiple swimming pools, royal gardens, a private mosque. The floors are covered in imported Italian marble. The ceilings are decorated with gold leaf and intricate Arabian patterns. Some rooms are so large that they look more like luxury hotels than private living spaces. And yes, there are entire wings reserved just for guests and visiting world leaders. Because when presidents or kings visit Saudi Arabia, this palace often becomes the center of global diplomacy. But luxury isn't the only thing surrounding these princes. Security is on an entirely different level. Most celebrities hire bodyguards, maybe 2 or 3 people standing nearby, but protecting the sons of Mohammed bin Salman requires something closer to a military operation. The palace is guarded by the elite Royal Guard Regiment. There are multiple security checkpoints, restricted airspace above the palace, high-tech surveillance systems, armored vehicles stationed nearby, and according to reports, the compound is even connected to advanced national defense systems, meaning threats can be detected miles away. For most kids, safety means locking the front door. For these boys, it means an entire security network protecting them 24 hours a day. And inside those walls, life is nothing short of cinematic. Imagine walking down a hallway on your way to breakfast and casually passing a painting worth nearly $500 million. That's normal in the world of the Saudi royal family. Their father once purchased Salvator Mundi, a masterpiece attributed to Leonardo da Vinci. Price? About $450 million. That single painting costs more than most people will earn in their entire lifetime. Actually, more like 10,000 lifetimes. The royal art collection includes priceless sculptures, rare antiques, and historical artifacts collected from around the world. But despite all that luxury, insiders say the prince's daily routine is surprisingly structured. Their mother, Princess Sarah bint Mashur, reportedly ensures that the boys are raised with discipline, education, and strong cultural values. In fact, one story about their father became famous in Saudi Arabia. When his eldest son arrived late to school one day, the school refused to let him enter, and instead of demanding special treatment, the crown prince reportedly praised the school for enforcing discipline. That moment sent a clear message. Even royal children must follow the rules. But outside school hours, their lifestyle still looks like something out of a movie. Now let's talk about vacations, because when this family decides to travel, they don't just book hotels. They bring entire floating cities with them. One of their most famous vessels is the superyacht Chiron yacht. This yacht is valued at over $500 million, and it's absolutely enormous. The yacht stretches 439 feet long. Inside, you'll find 2 helipads, a luxury spa, a cinema, a saltwater swimming pool, a submarine dock. Yes, a submarine dock, meaning the yacht can launch an actual submarine for underwater exploration. But the most unusual feature might be the snow room, because when you're cruising through the scorching heat of the Arabian Gulf, sometimes air conditioning just isn't enough. So engineers built a room that produces real snow. Normal people turn on a fan. This family built an entire winter inside a yacht. Of course, you can't own yachts and palaces without having a way to travel between them. But commercial flights? Not even close. The royal fleet includes customized Boeing 747-400 aircraft transformed into flying mansions. Inside these jets are private bedrooms, full dining rooms, gold-plated bathrooms, throne-style seating. And when the royal family travels together, the entourage can include over 1,000 people. One famous royal trip reportedly involved 56 tons of luggage, 1,500 personnel, 500 luxury cars waiting at the destination. At that point, it's not really travel anymore. It's like moving a small town across the planet. Now let's talk about the garage, because the family car collection reads like a billionaire's dream list. Among the vehicles owned by the royal family are cars like Bugatti Chiron, Bugatti Veyron, Ferrari LaFerrari, Lamborghini Aventador, McLaren P1, Pagani Huayra. Some of these cars cost $5 million or more, and believe it or not, they're sometimes transported by cargo planes so the family can drive them on vacation. Right now, the princes are still young, but one day, this entire automotive empire will be theirs. Outside Saudi Arabia, the royal family owns one of the most expensive private homes ever purchased, a $300 million estate called Chateau Louis XIV near Versailles, France. The estate is basically a modern recreation of the Palace of Versailles, and the features are unbelievable. Inside, you'll find gold leaf walls, massive fountains, underground rooms, a nightclub, an aquarium, meditation chamber, and yes, a moat surrounding the property. Because when you're Saudi royalty, even medieval castle features come back into fashion. Now, here's the big question. How does a family end up controlling $1.4 trillion in wealth? The answer begins more than a century ago. The story of the House of Saud started in the deserts of Arabia in the 18th century. Back then, they were tribal leaders in Central Arabia. Their wealth came from trade routes, agriculture, and local taxes. But everything changed in 1938. That's when American geologists discovered massive oil reserves beneath Saudi Arabia. Those oil fields would eventually lead to the creation of Saudi Aramco. Today, Saudi Aramco is the most valuable energy company in the world, worth more than $2 trillion. And the kingdom sits on more than 260 billion barrels of oil reserves. That discovery transformed Saudi Arabia from a desert kingdom into one of the richest nations on earth. But modern Saudi wealth isn't just about oil anymore. Under the leadership of Mohammed bin Salman, the country launched a massive economic transformation plan called Saudi Vision 2030. The goal? Reduce dependence on oil and build new industries. One of the most powerful tools in that plan is the Public Investment Fund, also known as the PIF. This sovereign wealth fund now manages more than $1 trillion in global investments. It is invested in technology companies, sports teams, entertainment projects, and futuristic cities. One of the most ambitious projects is NEOM, a $500 billion megacity being built in the Saudi desert. The city is designed to feature advanced technology, renewable energy, and futuristic architecture. And one day, the princes growing up today may help run these projects. Here's where the story gets even more interesting. Because these boys may not just inherit wealth, they could inherit power. Saudi Arabia's leadership traditionally passes through the royal family, and if King Salman is succeeded by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, then his eldest son could eventually become the next crown prince. That would place him in line to rule one of the most powerful nations in the Middle East. Imagine that, a teenager today who could one day control trillions of dollars in assets, the world's largest oil company, and one of the most influential economies on Earth. So think about it. While most teenagers worry about homework, these three princes are growing up inside a trillion-dollar empire. Gold palaces, super yachts, private jets, and possibly the future throne of Saudi Arabia. They didn't choose this life. They were born into it, and the next chapter of the House of Saud may one day be written by them. But what do you think? Would you want to grow up with this level of wealth and responsibility, or would it be too much pressure? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy videos about the richest leaders, royal families, and billionaire lifestyles, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because the next story might be even